Is it possible for a new irregular verb to appear in English language? Consider these verbs in past tense. Faxed, emailed, Googled. They are all regular verbs made out of new nouns. Are there any new irregular verbs that I'm not aware of?
I think it's unlikely a new irregular verb will catch on today, given the marked tendency to modify/discard even the ones we still have. Of the 312 irregular verbs, which were operative in Old English, only 66, i.e. 34%, remain irregular in the 20th century. And frankly, most of them aren't particularly well known. Most people don't even realize that rot, for example, is a past tense form of to work. They just think it's a word that sometimes comes before iron. You sometimes hear, for example, thunk as a neologistic past tense for to think, similarly snows, squoze, shat. I doubt such deliberately quirky usage is ever likely to become widespread, but the internet at large does still seem to be undecided over tweeted, twat, tut, twittered, twit. It's worth noting this from one of the best in the field, Steven Pinker. The 10 commonest verbs in English, be, have, do, say, make, go, take, come, see, and get, are all irregular, and about 70% of the time we use a verb, it is an irregular verb. My example, shat, above may be an exception that proves the rule. Until I read Pinker's summary in the link, I had no real opinion on whether it was ever a grammatically valid form. For obvious reasons, grammarians of the past might well not have included to shit in lists of irregular verbs, even if they knew it was one. Pinker had it as an example of cool, funny, distinctive, neologistically irregular forms, so I just copied it in. But even he could be mistaken, and know I'm being quirky if I say, the cat shat on the mat, but to my mind the only problem with, some bloody fox shat on my new decking last night, is the circumstances causing me to say it, not the grammar itself.
It could happen. For example, I have observed a lot of confusion, wordplay regarding what the past tense of tweet, as in Twitter, should be. I have heard tweeted, twit, and even twat jokingly. I believe twit or twat could have, become standard. Go Google, past tense of tweet. Side note, obviously the issue of difficulty in pronunciation is partly in play for shitted and tweeted. Also, there is some geeky aesthetic in play, compared to plural of unix and vax, sometimes unices and vaccine. People enjoy wordplay, and with all the neologisms constantly created, it will happen definitively sooner or later if no one can come up with a current example.
Any genuinely new verb will almost have to be regular. That's pretty close to what regular means. But historically, words get taken up, modified, and meanings changed until it isn't entirely clear what the irregular form would be. Troubleshoot is an example. Is it an offshoot of shoot, with past troubleshot, or a new word, with past tense troubleshoot? If you think you know the answer, post it here. Which is correct, troubleshoot or troubleshot?
It is certainly possible for a regular verb to become irregular. It has happened with a few verbs in the United States, most notably sneak/snuck/snuck, but also dive/dove/dived. Some dialects also have drag/drug/drug. This is definitely viewed as non-standard.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.